Yes, sir, people. Bring it in, guys. I know you missed me. I know you missed me. What better day to bring it in but the 4th of July? We do have an update. Obviously, people are seeing our beautiful baby XRP at 44 cents again. Has nothing to do with our crypto. This has something to do with Bitcoin and the sell-off that's currently occurring with Bitcoin. We're going to go over that. First, obviously, y'all know you're here with your host, Money Montgomery, guys. Name of this episode, The Countdown. Guys, listen, we all know final motion. Deadline for final motions is going to be on the 8th. So in 4 days will be the last date of any reply or any more activity from either party, S.E.C or Ripple. Again, I've got some compelling evidence in this video, as always. Just kind of showing you again, this is no longer discussion. There's really nothing to fret at this point. The S.E.C is capitulating. But let's get down into it, guys. Bitcoin sitting at 58,121 again. I've got your explanation, of course. I'm not just going to leave you there. At first, I saw this dip occurring. Now, this has been occurring over the last about week or so, which is the explanation of why we're having that retracement from we're at 67 down to 58. But again, as I told y'all, Bitcoin can swing a $10,000 move in a day's time. Bitcoin down 22%, I think, over the last 2 weeks or something like that. Your coins like XRP, Ethereum are truly actually only down about 4 or 5%. Now, again, let's tap in Bitcoin 58,000, XRP sitting at 44,000, and then we've got Solana down again. Retrace them again. We saw it at 172 about 3 weeks ago, and we're down at 134 again. If you can't handle it, you just can't handle it. But again, this is investing. This is the crypto space. These retracements that occur, just like these massive swings in volume with up price, you've got to be able to deal with these consolidation moves, especially when it deals with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's movement is going to determine the overall market, except possibly certain coins like XRP, which will be their own, their own ledger. There'll be a different means of why the price action is there. But let's tap into it. WSB Trader, breaking news, Germany keeps dumping. So now here's our explanation again of what's been occurring with the Bitcoin dump. Over 1,000 Bitcoin dumped today. The German government still owns over 40,000 Bitcoins, essentially 2.5 billion. Bitcoin is below 60,000 now. Excuse me. With this selling and fear, if the Germans keep dropping bombs, the likes not seen since World War II. These guys, all right, y'all are getting a little crazy with it. It could really get ugly. Now, again, this is the connection behind what's going on. So the German government has been dumping a massive volume of Bitcoin. I believe somebody had it broken down a little better down here where it was. I like the way. I think it's him. Yeah, all right. German government selling over 175 million Bitcoin. Now, again, that occurred today. And again, this is why this retracement occurred. The massive scale, I think they said it was somewhere around like, how much was it? Like 300 million Bitcoin that's been sold in this course of time. We don't know why they're moving this money to euro or what's going on or what's occurring. But again, the German government is having a sell off of Bitcoin. Again, this has no correlation with XRP, but it just makes me wonder again, as we all know what's occurring with the crypto space. It seems like, why would anybody be selling Bitcoin at this point? Some person was talking about where they were moving these coins. They moved these coins to exchanges. Oh, here it is, this guy right here. In the past 2 hours, German government has moved 1,300 Bitcoin, 76 million to exchange deposited. Kraken, Bitstamp, and Coinbase. They also have moved 1,700 Bitcoin, 99 million to this certain address. These funds are likely moving to deposit for institutional service or over the counter. Again, what I'm correlating with is there's a massive move for no real apparent reason of Bitcoin to these exchanges. Now, this is liquid now, and it seems as though they're preparing to move into other cryptos, other institutional services. Now, again, I'm not trying to make everything an XRP thing, but what other thing would you be moving Bitcoin to? That's where I'm getting from this whole thing is, wait a minute, bump the selling. I'm trying to figure out what they're moving it to. Why are they moving that? That's the question I need to figure out. And again, we don't know if we can figure out, but again, this all ties together was understanding why our, Bitcoin is at 58,000, why XRP is at 44,000. There's a massive sell-off occurring. We're going to keep our ears to the street on that. Hopefully it's something good. Hopefully it ain't no extra you know, hey, yeah, we have to cash up. We're getting ready to do some, you know, whatever. But let's keep tapping in. Banger information. Virtune today, Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. Virtune launches Virtune XRP ETP listed on NASDAQ Stockholm. This is the Swedish exchange. This ETP enables investors in Nordics to access XRP through 100% physically backed exchange traded product that can be held. Get this off my Get this out my let's see here. Traded product that can be held in the ISK capital insurance or custody account. So now here we are. Virtune has now just gone live with XRP ETP. If you don't get this out of my face, XRP ETP, meaning now the people in the Nordic countries and Nordic places are all now getting access to XRP, and you don't think that this is the world coin. You can now, at this point, I would want to gather where you couldn't get access to XRP right now, even before everything's live. I'm starting to think you might struggle because we know even often the small places in Africa, they've got medical. We saw a transaction, I think it was Chile or somewhere where they did their first XRP transactions. I hope y'all are kind of catching what's going on here. Again, Virtune, the Swedish stock exchange, that's the NASDAQ Stockholm, is now listing XRP ETP. In other words, if you need correlation, a rendition of an ETF. So you know that ours is coming for XRP, right? Okay, hey, do what you're gonna do, but just watch my shoes. Let's keep further at bringing it in. Boom, entry final judgment's on the way. Now we have a response. Again, this occurred on the 2nd. Ripple has filed a notice of supplemental authority regarding the recent Binance decision. Again, we're gonna go over this. This is why I'm telling you guys, one, this is over with. Just stack your coins and sit back. I'm telling you, this is not anybody pushing any further. Oh, and they might get, guys. No Diddy. Brad Garland House them. David up there. David with that head. They standing over the top of Gary Gensler right now. Gary Gensler looking up. They're staring over the top of Gary Gensler right now. No Diddy. This is a full capitulation. The SEC is falling apart in not just XRP. Y'all got to understand why. Y'all need to have some pride in the company and asset that you hold. This company has defeated the big bad SEC and now has precedent set, which is now filed off into other cases like Binance, which just now the SEC dropped, right? We saw that with Coinbase. The precedent set by XRP has now removed the fear of the SEC's grip on crypto space. You don't understand the movement in money that is about to occur with this. But let's keep coming in. Hold on. Tap in here. Defendant Ripple Labs. Ripple respectfully submits this notice of supplementary authority relevant in its opposition to SEC's pending motion for remedies and entry of final judgment. Of course, that's the document right there. All right, on June 28, 2024, the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia issued memorandum opinion and order in the SEC versus Binance Holding. Now, again, the SEC went off and they was attacking everybody. Remember, Binance, everybody now. And this is using that as an exhibit. Binance granted, let me see here. Binance on whatever this long number, that's the exhibit. Binance granted in part and denied in part a motion to dismiss the SEC's claim that the sales of certain digital assets were sales of unregistered securities. It found persuasive and followed the court's summary judgment opinion in this case. Basically, again, why that they're moving to where now that Binance is going to be moving to a settlement, right? And again, what this is saying is Binance is like, we may settle, we may not. But again, SEC, you're down, is what has come from this. And this, again, I believe this occurred, yeah, on the 2nd was when that case, I believe it's on the 2nd or the 1st that occurred. But it says, let's see here, that they basically were saying they utilized precedent set in this case to make judgment on that case, right? It found persuasive, let's see here, court summary judgment opinion in this case, extending reasoning to apply the secondary market sales of one of the assets at issue, blah, 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 which again, there are a bunch of names up in there, in the course of ruling for the SEC of some issues and defendants on others. The court observed intangible, and then this is what the court observed here. Intangible digital assets do not fit nearly into one rubric set forth mere by a 7-page compromise of the Howey opinion. Now, again, I think the Howey opinion was basically the strong arm of how the SEC was kind of using some type of misguided old book to say what a security is. Now, again, that worked at the time that there wasn't things like crypto, right? But now crypto is out of this world. Crypto is not something that has been grasped yet. They hadn't had laws. There's no real regulation to it. XRP was the only company that was trying to even follow regulation, right? But it says here, also, the agency's decision oversees the billion-dollar industry through litigation, case by case, coin by coin, court after court. It is probably not an efficient way to proceed, and it risks, good God, who is this? And it risks inconsistent results that may leave the relevant parties and their potential customers without guidance. This observation supports Ripple's argument that providing clarity on legality of, let me see here, of legality of different types of sales of XRP was the most significant aspects of the court summary decision. Basically, they're saying, hey, remember now, the most important thing is that XRP is not a security. In layman's terms, of course, I'm gonna break it down here. In layman's terms, basically, they were saying, we pulled from Binance, in this case with Binance and S.E.C, they utilized our verdict as reasoning for why they're going into settlement, right? They've discovered again that what the middle portion is talking about, that crypto doesn't fit in the old scale of the Howey opinion. So you can't just say this is security or this is that. No. Crypto can be a meme coin, can be a utility coin. It can be moving gold, a house. It can be a HELOC. You can't put it, this is not in that rubric anymore. It's basically what this is saying. And he pulled back down. They say, we just want to point out again that the most significant thing out of all of this is that XRP was determined to not be a security. Let's not forget, this is what he's saying now in layman's. Let's not forget that the argument was that it was a security. What are we talking about here? What are you charging me for? It's not a security. So let's make sure that and that's what he said again. The observation supports Ripple's argument providing clarity over legality of different types of sales. The most significant aspect of the court's summary judgment decision. Again, not a security. Now they continue to say the lack of regulatory clarity prior to that ruling, prior to XRP putting their newts down, ruling in turn supports Ripple's position that the court's finding of a strict liability violation on some of Ripple's sales, but far fewer than the S.E.C alleged were violations, does not reflect reckless disregard for the law or warrant harsh remedies. Again, now they basically said, not once did Ripple violate anything. We've already determined that. This has been determined. This is settlement, guys. They're saying we're not a security. We didn't harm anybody. We actually tried all we could to follow regulations and asked you for more regulation, but you didn't want to give us one. And they top it off with this, which again should be a mic drop for you. Does not reflect reckless disregard for the law, warrant harsh remedies, and of course, the S.E.C did not even allege recklessness as a Ripple in the complaint. They're saying, by the way, they didn't even say that we're reckless. Nothing about this settlement or this case was ever about Ripple and how they manage anything or their money or their business. This all was about them being a security. Okay, well, now, according to the court and according to what is now precedent, XRP is not a security. It's the only coin with legal clarity. So basically, this is their rebuttal with this saying, hey, reminder again, we're not paying diddly, and why are we even asked to pay anything? What are we talking about? What are we paying for? Which is again going back where say they'll pay $10 million. That's just off of, hey, we'll put something in. Here's some shillings. But again, that's what this was, and this came out on second. Again, Stuart Aldrothy, our God lawyer, right, which again is stomping all through this, goes and listen. He was talking about multiple things, and he was talking about how in previous time, and he was using things to allude in 1997 only 40 million people used the internet, and then now today Facebook alone there's 2 billion users. Basically using these articles, this is injustice now, right? Basically saying, this is what they delivered, basically saying, hey, keep in mind this is July 1st 2024, y'all see the date up here. Basically they're saying, guys, the financial space is evolving, and this is the argument beating every argument from the S.E.C. The financial space is evolving. Stop treating it like the old rubric in this 2010. This ain't JP Morgan time, no, baby. This Ripple them time, baby. This Ethereum time, baby. And you can either get with it or you can get left behind, but there's no argument, which is why this is all falling apart. And again, I just scrolling down here showing you how active Stewart is as far as with these regards. Again, this is XRP's lawyer, right? Judge Torres in S.E.C. Ripple got it right. XRP in and of itself is not a security. Other courts are recognizing her decision for what it is and consistent law of the land. Again, this all time back to the Binance, which just recently occurred. XRP is not a security, and that precedent is now law of the land. Y'all are so far behind if you haven't been stacking coins and you talking about some what if, and at this point it's over with, guys. We got the last part of this whole thing comes in 4 days. And then we come with all we're waiting for is a settlement. Your CEO told you he expects a settlement in July. Guys, what is it going to take her 3 weeks to determine this? They're capitulating. They've lost a Binance now. They're taking verdicts from the case of Ripple. All eyes are back on Ripple. All that stuff that popped up with Coinbase, that's done. All that where the S.E.C tried to come out and try to get everybody, that's over. That immediately settled out. Based off this precedent, all eyes are back on Ripple, and they're using Ripple precedents to stop what the S.E.C is in settlement for now. Guys, this is done with. S.E.C might not get deadly. Small tap in. Ripple partner SBI mints 920 NFTs on XRPL for the 2025 World Expo in Japan. I just want to bring this again, guys. They're minting ETFs, but this is bigger than just the ETF again. Ledger technology being utilized in Japan. Remember now, 2025, Japan was going to be running what? Full XRP. How funny is it here that we've got on the XRP ledger, they're minting what is basically their celebration World Expo 2025 to the XRP space. Y'all play with your money. No, I'm not doing any more convincing. I'm not, you go find this article and read it. There's nothing more I need to tell you. There's nothing more I need to tell you about this. XRP's at 44 cents. If you have not hit your bag goal, I would recommend striking. Okay? Because again, now, not based off of XRP price. This is just going down because of Bitcoin price. Soon enough now, in a very short time span, we're talking about weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? The grasp in the false sell pressure and hold on XRP will be removed. Do what you want with that information. Do what you want with that information. It's at 44 cents. All right, Ripple. Again, just more. Ripple, our new try it feature in Ripple. Oh God. Our new try it feature in Ripple Payments API documents lets developers test API requests in real time without logging in or using real funds. Available now as a lightweight testing tool. Customers can now try it before they buy it. Now again, I went in depth because I want to be like, okay, API, I want to see what the term API is. I kind of understood that there was movement of transaction, but now here we are. Testing on the XRP ledger of what? API, an application program interface. API is a way for two or more computer programs or ledgers, right? We're gonna implement again. This is outdated information at this point now because Wiki is not accounting for crypto, right? But two or more computer programs or ledgers, which I guess is computer programs, so it's not wrong, or components to communicate with each other. It is a type of software interface offering a service to other pieces of software. A document or standard that describes how to build or use such connections or interfaces called API specification. A computer system that meets this standard is said to implement or expose API. Expose an API. The term API may refer either to the specification or to the implementation, whereas a system's user interface dictates how it ends and users interact with the system in question. The API dictates how to write code that takes advantage of the system's capabilities. Now, again, this is a major thing, right? Sleeper news, sleeper information. But basically now what Ripple has now is they're allowing you to go in and utilize the API, basically showing how quickly with documentation, right, you can send over, right, transfer. They kind of want you to just kind of see the power. The testing realm is opening now of XRP. They're saying, hey, come try it before you buy it. Sales tactic. This API is basically coding of XRP. Again, when you hold coins, don't think of a coin like a dollar bill. We are I got 20,000 of a specific code, right? This code utilized to move money from one space to another, like teleportation anywhere in the world, cross border for the minimal fee, anything, gold, assets, da 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 da. Now we're testing that space where we're talking about how HELOCs and all this is moving. This will be through API space. Oh, what a beautiful thing. This released July 3rd. Real information, real time, guys. There's a settlement coming. There's a verdict coming, I say. Not a settlement coming. We're in a settlement. There's a verdict coming. There's a verdict coming. You're hearing the noise wind down. Everybody else is looking at XRP. Everybody in the world is looking at this in crypto is looking at XRP. Even the FUDers have kind of quieted down because now all the stuff that was talked about last year that could be a FUD about is occurring now. Now you're at a point, it's like, wait a minute, the SEC has lost every case they brought up about this same specific thing that they're in a settlement with XRP right now. Wait a minute, and you say they used the verdict and the case of XRP that they're literally ongoing in right now? Excuse me, not ongoing, because again, they won. We're in a settlement, but they're already using that win as a deterrence and a guideline for the cases that are being brought up now, currently, before we even have a verdict. And you think that these people are gonna get $2 billion? All right, chill. Let me close it off with this, guys. And I just want to throw this in there because I have it. I'm gonna be 12 type of guy. I thought I would go. All right, hey, chill. Boom. XRP is real. Bitcoin. XRP is the real Bitcoin. I've been working with Bitcoin success myself after seeing what has worked well and what has not worked well. Wrote Joel Katz in 2011. Dave and early Bitcoin. Now again, this is David Schwartz, right? To StealthCon. Now I want y'all to understand who is behind. When I say baby Bitcoin, I think people just be thinking that I'm just trying to hopium it up. I want y'all to understand this is why this is impervious for you to understand how beautiful of an investment you're in the mega heads that are behind it. Remember now, I told you that guy with a head like David, they own or something. But I want y'all to tap back in 2011. I found you on Stack Overflow. You can find my profile. This is Joel Katz, right? I'm interested in the lead software engineer position. I'm currently have the highest reputation on Bitcoin Stack Overflow site. I'm also an active participant in the Bitcoin forums and a respected member of the Bitcoin community. I've been working on Bitcoin. I've been working on a Bitcoin successor myself after seeing what has worked well and what has not worked well. You can find some of my public writings on this subject here, right? And of course, this is alongside David Schwartz, right? Joel Katz, Brad Garlinghouse. This is the mega minds behind it. I want y'all to understand when I'm telling y'all 10,000 a coin. You like, oh, I wish that's going to be guys, 10,000 a coin is where it needs to work at minimum. This is the Bitcoin 2.0. And the people that created the Bitcoin 2.0 work at this company. What more do you need to hear? You like the price of Bitcoin? You think that maybe the guys that made it and worked on it and created it, right? That have now come and moved to a new crypto that is, I don't know, ironically doing what Bitcoin was supposed to do, but way faster, with way more strength and way more security. You think 50 cent, you think it's staying 50 cent? Okay. Hey, listen, y'all, it's the 4th of July. I'm about to go get litty. I'm about to edit this up, shoot this out to y'all, but I want y'all to understand, guys, hold steady. I'm sitting up right now. I want y'all to visit right now. I'm looking out, I'm on the 6th floor right now of my condominium. And this is real life. I'm looking out at the sky as I'm saying this. 2024 is your year. Life is about to change. family that's been following along, guys, it's an exciting time, but understand there needs to be discussions now of sale plans and things of this that you need to set in motion. This is not a question of if. This is occurring and we have a timeline. I'm just following what the CEO said. Settlement coming in July. You got your final motion in 4 days. We're getting final appeals already shooting out on July 2nd. Guys, listen. Do what you want to do. Watch my shoes. I know I'm rich. I'm a two-thought type of guy. But more importantly than all, I'm a V12 type of guy. Y'all hold it down. You know what time it is. Yeah!